Success. Everyone dreams of it. Everyone strives for it. But not everyone achieves it. Success can mean different things to different people. As we pause to celebrate 25 years of AboitizLand, we ask ourselves, how do we measure success? AboitizLand was founded in 1994 with humble beginnings in a small office and a vision of creating quality, innovative properties for the Cebu market. And our very first residential development, Northtown Homes, a master-planned community now touted as Cebu's most prestigious address. Our very first industrial development, West Cebu Industrial Park in Balamban, a sprawling 268-hectare industrial estate ideal for medium to heavy industries such as shipbuilding and allied activities that helped create thousands of jobs for the residents of Balamban and transformed it from a fourth-class to a first-class municipality. Our first commercial development, the outlets at Pueblo Verde, the first outdoor outlet mall in Cebu, offering exciting new shopping and dining experiences. Emboldened by the success of these pioneering developments, AboitizLand ventured forth into bigger and more ambitious projects, spreading its footprint in Cebu and beyond. AboitizLand in 2019 has grown by leaps and bounds since our first inception. Our workforce has grown exponentially, and so has our business. Thousands of hectares of land have been transformed into innovative, deliberately planned, and purposely designed residential, commercial, and industrial communities that elevate the living experience. And with our growth come the rewards, not only in revenue, but also in things far more valuable, like the number of people whose lives we have touched and changed for the better, our vecinos. AboitizLand takes this further with various programs designed to give Filipinos a chance to create better ways to live for themselves, ensuring that our developments positively impact our neighbors and our surrounding ecosystem, advancing the communities that host us as we advance our business. No matter how we quantify 25 years of achievements, it is what we have yet to do that holds the most promise for AboitizLand. More strategic partnerships to be forged, more fully integrated townships to be built, more industrial parks that fortify businesses and create opportunities, more commercial centers that elevate lifestyles, and more residential communities where individuals and families will live, love, and grow. AboitizLand. After 25 years, one thing is clear. We've only just begun. As we cherish our glorious past and celebrate today's victories, we forge ahead into an exciting future.
last, a place where home means more than just a roof over your head. Where a tweet means more than letters on the screen. Where a tag means more than just names on a picture. And a share means more because it's done face to face. At last, a place where there is truly more. Just an hour away from Cebu's Central Business District, Amoa is a 60-hectare residential community. Cradled in the beautiful hills and vistas of Tamiao, Compostela, with a collection of villages forming smaller neighborhoods with unbounded spaces, where your children can grow up free to run around, explore nature, make friends, and appreciate a life lived in harmony with the places and people around them. At Amoa, there is more to enjoy. With master-planned and life-scale amenities, 3 swimming pools, a clubhouse, basketball court, grand lawn, play area, and many pocket parks, living areas that foster a strong sense of community, where your children can experience childhood as it should be, full of friendships and interactions. Beyond small spaces and virtual screens, at Amoa, there is more to love. Choose from 1-story houses that's perfect for your family, like Aruna and Ananda. For more space, go for our 2-story houses, such as Asta, Asha, and Amita. Come home to Amoa, where life means more.
Good afternoon and welcome to AboitizLand Webcast Episode 2, Styling Houseplants Like a Pro. I'm Leah and join me for an afternoon of learning. AboitizLand Webcast is a series of webinars that help our viewers settle into the new normal. Today's episode is all about home styling, brought to us by Amoa. Amoa is the best-selling house and lot development in the north of Cebu, an award-winning community and the most amenitized development in North Cebu. It is named after a Cebuano word, which means ours. Let me take you through Amoa's virtual property tour to find out more about what this community has to offer.
Hi everyone, Claire on air here, and today we are at Amoa in the beautiful town of Compostela, Cebu. Now Amoa is a master-planned, highly amenitized community developed by Cebu's premier developer, AboitizLand, and it stretches up to 60 hectares of rolling terrain. Now this is named after a Cebuano term, Amoa, which means ours, and it provokes a sense of ownership, a sense of pride, and a sense of community. Now, an impressive 46% of Amoa is made up of open spaces, master planned into safe and walkable community areas, and it's subdivided into 6 enclaves. And right now, we are at the viewing deck of the second enclave, and as you can see, the view is absolutely beautiful. The fact that the sea is there, the ocean breeze is so refreshing. The wonderful blue skies are just highlighting, and the terrain is just a green, lush, fresh view that we have over here. Now, I'm going to be walking each and every one of you to various amenities that we have with the award-winning houses that this excellent property has to offer. And of course, did you know that Amoa won Best House of the Year in Vismin in Lamudi's The Outlook Awards in 2019? So come with me because you can see for yourself why this award-winning community deserves to be your home in the north of Cebu. tour, we have standing right beside me the Ananda model unit. Now it's standing with a floor area of 46 square meters, but the whole entire lot area is 120 square meters. It's a one-story single attached with 2 bedrooms, which is perfect for families that are starting out. And especially this area, I would have to highlight this little garden piece in between the houses. It's perfect for when kids, just want to play outside. It's perfect for having picnic gardens, or, when you meditate, you want to do yoga. So I love this little corner over here. And also, how awesome is this porch? Signature ventanilla as usual, and this time it's a height that you can reach. Look at this porch. It's a very spacious porch. You can go with whatever you want with it. You can probably have different rugs. You can maybe have like a floor mat, hanging plants over here, maybe a little cushion, and of course the aluminum window that's a floor to ceiling height, both of them right over here. And let's go inside. Check to see how it looks like. And wow, what I really like about these model units are that they showcase different themes, different aesthetics. And look at this touch, guys. It feels so comfy. It feels so nice. I love the fact that they have blue little comfy chairs. If you didn't know, my favorite color is blue. Candlelight dinner, wine glasses, very unique, very classy. And here in the kitchen area, it's clean, it's direct, it's straight to the point. The area is actually big enough for you to have your, very own kitchen sink over here, and also your kitchen stove over here. This little window that opens as well, just when you need your airflow in the kitchen. And shelving, very important when you do your shelving, especially for spaces that are limited at home. So it's really nice to utilize all these spaces at yourself. But wait, speaking of rooms, look at how cute this wallpaper is. So you can actually decorate your walls with different wallpapers, different patterns, different colors. And this here is a really nice, sturdy desk. Opens really nice as well. I like this little set over here. And this is the space of the bedroom. You can place your bed here, maybe a storage area here for all of your clothes. It's for your little kid who loves the color blue. Lighting fixture, very, very cute as well. Nicely decorated. There's a different flair, there's a different style, there's a different touch of personality with every house that we have. And look at this one. I actually really, really like the aesthetic of this one. And what I like about this space is that you can actually work while enjoying your beautiful view. All you need to do is just to open your windows, your aluminum frame windows, and it goes all throughout. There are 3 different aluminum windows here, in this corner, in that corner, and even in that little corner over here. So you know that light is pretty much coming into this room. So there you have it. This is our 1-story unit for the Ananda unit. And aside from the beautiful 1-story and the 2-story homes, Amoa also has a lot of units for our discerning investors. And for those who want to choose their designs for the homes to themselves, all I gotta do is drop by. Now for our discerning investors and those who choose to design their dream homes, Amoa has something for you. They're offering lot-only units right over here, and it ranges from 120 square meters to 180 square meters. Now, as you can see, everybody, Amoa has it all. 1-story, 2-story, townhouses, and even lot-only units. Oh, but before we go, I'd like to show you the cherry on top of this development. Okay, so everyone, we're here at the clubhouse of Amoa, and it's just so gorgeous here. Remember when I talked about the highly amenitized areas? They weren't kidding, because wow, this is beautiful. Look at this huge lap pool, and it's overlooking the terrains, it's overlooking the sea, and the sun is shining down on me, and it makes me feel like I am at peace, like it's in heaven. And by the way, the best part is they not only have 1 pool, they not only have 2 pools, but they have 3 different pools and different amenities that I'm going to be showing you in a bit, so follow me. Oh, by the way, behind me is the function hall, the comfort room, and the main office. And this is what I promised, guys. This is the kiddie pool. It's a 2-foot kiddie pool where you can find, laughters of the children abound. And this is really one of the best spots that are here. This is the 4-foot adult active pool, and that view is just gorgeous. A moment of silence to appreciate this view, and later on, you're gonna find me over there taking my Instagram pictures, because look at that. It just, goes right straight towards the rolling terrain. And here in Amoa, we all notice that they really take their health, their fitness, and their recreational activities very seriously, because I'm gonna show you something that's really cool. They actually have a basketball court that's not just a half court, but an entire full court, guys. And this is a 360 surrounding the community spaces that are here. So what's nice about this is, if people are playing basketball, the people from the houses can see their kids, their teenagers, they can cheer from the side. And you know that this is a very safe, wonderful place to be. And you're surrounded by amazing nature and a beautiful community. So that concludes our tour here in Amoa. I hope you guys really liked it. And as we actually saw lots of unique quality homes, excellent amenities, wide open spaces, and the best part is that Amoa will benefit from these infrastructure projects because they're near Metro Cebu Expressway, which will ensure easy access and property value escalation. And lastly, Amoa is a product of AboitizLand, who has a very solid track record of value creation in its 25-year history. And Amoa is of course developed by AboitizLand, the property arm of the Aboitiz Group, which also has a solid reputation with heritage spanning back to 100 years. And this development will surely be worth the wait once everything is all completed. So head on over to Amoa's Facebook page and AboitizLand's website if you'd like to schedule a safe and secure visit to the property, because our excellent property specialists will be there every single step of the way. And also, by the way, for those who value their safety during this time of need, AboitizLand is actually one of the very first developers to have convenient system of contactless buying. So only the best and the quality service from AboitizLand. I'm Claire on air, thanking each and every one of you for being here and joining us today. And here at Amoa, where life means more.
Oh, wow, what a beautiful community. So while you're here, please make sure to like our official Facebook page at Amoa Official and at AboitizLand.inc, and tag your friends and family too who you think might benefit from this broadcast. We hope that you're all doing well, as this pandemic has brought a lot of changes in our lives. As the uncertainty filled us, we've turned more towards our homes as a safe haven. These past few months, we have spent a considerable amount of time inside our homes, and we may have flipped a space or two. I surely have, to adapt to the new normal. We've created our office spaces, or a study, or a homeschool area for the kids. And I know a lot have also created their very own urban garden. Many of us Filipinos became plantitos or plantitas, and there's a logical reason behind this as we turn to our homes to find safety. Home began to provide us with a sense of security and stability in the broader environment beyond our control. It became a place for us to rest and recover from our exertions in the outside world. Most importantly, home became the place where we could collectively plan the next excursion into a dangerous world. There are many benefits of having plants inside and outside our homes. Aside from purifying the air around us, it grounds us. And during the 3-month lockdown, our gardens kept us sane. It provides us a sense of control in a world where everything is beyond our control. And also a sense of being outdoors, indoors. Some planted edible plants for fear of the pandemic taking longer than expected. But whatever reasons we may have, plants are definitely in and is here to stay. Good for mankind, good for the environment. So, how many plants have you collected now? Share your plant collection, upload a photo, and don't forget to include our official hashtag, Plant Styling sa Amoa. And if you have doubled or tripled your plant collection over the past months, I'm sure you've sometimes become clueless as to where to put it or how to arrange it. Well, who can relate? Can you comment a thumbs up if you agree? So today, we've invited a resource speaker to help us maximize our plant collection and also give us tips on how we can style our homes. She is the principal architect of M Architecture and Design Group, the owner of At Home with Nice Things, and a plantita herself. She has interior designed ABO model units and has used plants as part of her design elements. Without further ado, let's welcome Melissa Rojas.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Leah, for the very kind introduction. I'm so grateful to be part of this webcast and to be able to speak about a very light and interesting topic, styling houseplants like a pro. I'm not really a pro when it comes to plants, but as a child, I grew up with indoor plants, and I have these fond memories with my mom and dad as we'd look for those blue and white ukay-ukay bowls, and then we'd put the jade plants, the fortune plants, and we'd decorate it inside our house. It did certainly spark the little plantita in me way back. So it's natural for me to love plants and incorporate plants in our designs and in our projects. I think all of us are drawn to plants and the benefits of living with plants. That's why way before this pandemic, we've had the concept of bringing the outdoors in, Zen or green designs. And then now we're hearing about biophilic design and architecture. It's coming as a hot trend, and we're going to touch on that a bit later when we discuss about AMOA's model unit, Asha. So first off, let's talk about indoor plants for our homes, which is rather one of the obvious ways of incorporating biophilic design in our homes. Okay, bringing plants indoors not only filters the air we breathe and provide us oxygen, but they provide us beauty and something to care for. The daily routine of misting, watering the plants, watching them grow, every leaf unfurling, and of course the occasional singing to them, I'm sure we've had no complaints so far. I think we're all in agreement that caring for plants are so therapeutic and they relieve us of stress and anxiety. So, as much as we enjoy plants, we have to see to it that our plants enjoy our homes as well. And we should know which plants to put inside and how to care for them, and so that we won't end up to be houseplant serial killers. So now I'm sharing with you my top 15 favorite indoor houseplants based on their low light requirement, durability, and air filtering qualities from toxins such as formaldehyde, benzene, and carbon monoxide. So top on the list is the snake plant or the sansevieria. This is the favorite plant for the forgetful plantitas because they can withstand neglect. And it's a very versatile plant that you can put anywhere in the house, from the garage to the patio, living room, bedroom, kitchen, and even in the bathroom because it can withstand high humidity, low light to no light. And it's also very interesting to know that the snake plant converts oxygen at night when most plants do the oxygen conversion during the day. So I think the snake plant is also one of the top on the list for plants that you can put inside your bedroom. Next is the ZZ plant, also known as the welcome plant. It's another forgiving plant because it can survive droughts for up to 2 weeks. So you can water every 2 weeks or so. Some can even push over for a month. This plant is also like this snake plant. It has good purification qualities, but it doesn't do well with humidity, so it's not so good to put in the bathroom for so long. Next is the pothos, which is easily one of the favorites for indoor plant styling because it's a nice trailing plant that you would put on top of a shelf or any nice planter for that nice flowing effect. It's very easy to propagate and can live both in water and in the soil. Next is the peace lily. It's a spathiphyllum, also called as the Mauna Loa. And it's one of the best plants to have in your bedroom because aside from its beautiful and elegant flowers, the filtration of common allergens and excessive moisture is its top quality. And according to Feng Shui, it's the best plant for your bedroom because it gives restful sleep and the calm, positive energy in your room. And the good thing about the peace lily is it has these reminders. The leaves of the plants would droop so that you would know you need to water them, and then immediately it would spring up to life. Next, we have the aglaonema, or the Chinese evergreen, also known to be a lucky plant. Well, superstitious beliefs aside, beauty and good luck is always welcome. So this lucky plant is not only available in green, but in pink and red varieties as well. So it's a very attractive plant for indoor styling. Next is the bamboo palm, or the Sifritsi, or you can have the Areca palm, which are beautiful indoor plants for the living room because they create that resorty feel, the tropical resorty feel, and it's very good in air purifying as well. Next is a philodendron known as burl marks. It's one of my favorites because of the shape of the leaves. Again, they are very good in removing toxins, and they're very easy to grow and propagate. Just like the pothos, they can survive both in water and soil. And they're best placed in the living room where there's some bright indirect light. Next is the Xanadu, which is another philodendron. I love it because of the shape of the leaves. Again, it's nice for indoor styling, but it can't stay for long in the living room where there's so minimal light because the leaves would stretch out and face the direction of the light source. So maybe put it like 1 week intervals and put another plant in so that you won't have those leaves sticking out in all directions. Next is the yucca, which is another favorite plant because it's nice to have some height in your room. And it's also best located near a window where there's bright indirect light. Next are bromeliads, which are very beautiful tropical plants. They can withstand low light and even withstand no window areas. They can thrive with artificial light. So it's good for the office or any area in your home where you'd like to have a dash of color because they have beautiful blooms in reds and yellows. Next is the aloe vera, which is a medicinal plant that is very handy to have in your bathroom. It absorbs moisture and thrives in the humidity of bathrooms. And it's also nice to just have it around. You just snip a part of it and put it in your hair and your skin. It's an immediate relief for cuts and bruises. So it's nice for the bathroom. Next is the rosemary, which is a very fragrant culinary herb that can withstand indoors as long as it's placed near a bright window. It's known to improve memory and treat insomnia and uplift mood. The scent is so invigorating, it's very nice to put in your kitchen. Next is the Hawaiian tea plant, which is another lucky plant known to attract good spirits. This beautiful slender plant comes in a variety of colors and works on medium height layering in areas for clustered styling. Next is the spider plant. It's also a great indoor plant that purifies air. It's interesting to know that its leaves have that waxy cover that traps mold and dust as it purifies the air, making it one of the beneficial plants for living and the bedroom areas. Last on the list, but definitely not the least, is the peperomia rubber plant or rubber trees. Aside from its air purifying and low maintenance properties, it's also one of my favorite indoor plants because of its beautiful wide leaves. And it's also a very nice focal point. So there it is. Those are our top 15 recommended houseplants. Now let's talk about tips on where and how to use and style them because you can have your very own Shangri-La right in your very own homes. Plants as a design element to add depth and character. Regardless of the size of your home, there's always room to add some depth and character, some visual balance to have that atmosphere of a vacation feel that normally good hotels give you. We normally put the plants in the corners, beside sofa or beside an accent chair or any corner that needs sprucing up. In designing a space, the context of layering applies the same as when you layer textures and patterns and colors. With plants, you put the taller, slender plant at the back and then layer going down with the shorter plant and then with varied textures. So you can use a variety of planters to create the varied heights. It's also good to note that playing around with textures with plants reduces significantly our problem nowadays with eye strain because we focus a lot on our screens and the blue light. So studies show that when we look at plants, our eyes create that movement moving along with the patterns and the fronds of the leaves. That movement will reduce eye strain, so it relaxes your eyes and reduces overall stress on your body. So it's good to have a lot of layered plants around. Next, we can use plants as visual barriers. Plants can be easily used for privacy to hide or conceal a space from another, from view. And plants can be used also to cover exposed wires, pipes, or any unsightly outlets. Aside from that, although it's always nice to keep your homes clutter-free, it's sometimes difficult for us. For me, example, I'm a self-confessed collector of nice things. It's quite difficult to get rid of stuff that give you lots of joy, things that sparks a lot of joy. So we need to have space to display them and not look cluttered. Plants have a way of putting things together. Plants have a way of attracting attention so that the clutter would just seem like white noise. So I'm sharing here a photo of one of our favorite spaces in our house where we used to host a lot of happy meals with the family and friends before the pandemic. Here you can see that we put a lot of the cigar plant, which we used as visual buffer from our neighbor. And we're playing around with varied textures and the positioning, the background, the midground, and the foreground to add depth and character to the area. We have some golden bottle brush on the right because it looks like a Christmas tree. We like it to be there all year with Christmas lights. And then we have some creeping vines. This one is passion fruit, the one you see hanging from the ceiling. Next, we use plants as accent pieces and as conversation starters. You can put plants on interesting planters to hang on walls, to decorate shelves, or as part of a conversational piece on a center table. So here I'm showing photos with you of our DIY projects during the lockdown. This wall planter is actually made from something that also sparks happiness, which is a mini Coke Sakto plastic bottle that we've woven and put on a wooden stick. There's so much you can do with it, so much variations that you can do with it. We've also recycled Spam containers and cup noodles and all those stuff. You can also use baskets, planters, teacups. Here's another picture with a lusong, the one you use to mash kitchen things. And then here's an example of how we spruced up a pot that is slightly damaged. We added a lot of character to it, and then we put a Pilea depressa or baby steers. It's a beautiful house plant that completes the look of the shelves. There's actually so much that you can do. Creativity knows no boundaries. You can make your plants look like interesting art pieces and unique works of art. I'm sharing some inspirational photos from the web that shows that you can go small scale with a few touches, or you can go full. It depends on how much time you're willing to commit. And one thing you should consider is that putting plants indoors is not only a trend, it's a healthy lifestyle choice. So now we're going to style a console table at an entryway. It's nice to put importance to styling the entryway table because it's the first thing that welcomes you when you enter a home. In arranging these objects together, we apply simple principles of design, which is mainly about contrast, harmony, and balance. So first off, we consider the background, the color of the background, and the texture, so that we know the contrasting elements that we're going to put. Here, our wall is a 3D panel, custom made from stone cast. It's a light color with texture, so we'd want to put contrasting elements to pop on the wall. If you have a dark background, then you put light elements to contrast on the walls. So here, we have to decide first on what our focal point would be, which is usually the one in the center, the one that attracts attention first. So we decided to use these watercolor art, and then we're using black frames to pop out on the white walls, and then we're just using sandwich glass so that we don't cover so much of the beautiful wall. And since we don't want to screw or make holes in the wall, we're just using a riser. In this case, we're using a bronze colored bowl, and then we put some elements inside, some personal favorites to add some character. So we layer it for the two leveled heights, and then next we add a lighting element for more ambiance on the right. We chose this because the bright shiny ball base contrasts with the rough texture of the background. And then for balance, we add height on the left side with a glass vase and 2 leaves. These are xylem leaves, which can last for months indoors with just water. And then we add it on top of a native woven tray to add that resorty feel. It's also a nice catch-all tray where you can put keys and small stuff when you enter. Ideally, the bills and the other paper should go in the drawers for it to be clutter-free. Then we add more layers of heights and living things. We're adding more plants in various layers. So the nice dark green colors of the snake plant look lovely there. And then we're adding also a scented reed diffuser for more ambiance, so that you have that multi-sensory feel when you go inside the entryway. And then the final touch would be to add something quirky or something interesting to the composition. We're adding here a cluster of birds because we love birdies. Okay, so here's a video to show and recap how we did it. Finally, let's talk about the award-winning development of AboitizLand here in Cebu, the AMOA. It's interesting to remember that way back before the pandemic, with the lead of marketing head Rocky Potestad, we were already discussing about biophilic design into the space planning and conceptualization of ASHA, the model unit in AMOA. We were talking about bringing indoor plants, using natural materials, lots of repurposed wood, woven materials, maximizing light and ventilation. Essentially, it was about creating a space that would make the occupants feel close to nature, making life uplifting and relaxing in the built environment. What's even more challenging is how to fit 4 to 6 people comfortably in this 82 square meter, 4-bedroom home. When I show you the photos, I'm sure you would agree that it doesn't look like a cramped home. It looks like a very spacious living space that you would love to come home to. So this actual model unit is home to a couple of eco-warriors who love to be with nature. That's why they chose to live in Amoa. They share it with their son, a teenage boy who loves softball, with their daughter, and also their parents. The grandparents visit on weekends. So with a client in mind, you'll see that we applied this open space layout to provide for ample seating space, and even a dining lounge to comfortably fit 6 people. You will see that we have used a lot of wooden materials, repurposed wood, and even provided an extra space for a breakfast nook for 2, and it can be an extra preparation area for cookouts during weekends. Here you'll see we've used a lot of the indoor plants that we have discussed earlier, making the space feel more vibrant and welcoming. Here's the kitchen, and you'll see we've put a rosemary just beside the bright window. And then here is the guest room for the visiting grandparents, which is also a day room for the kids. We designed a day bed with a pull-out for extra guests. Here is a photo of the bathrooms, the ground floor and the second floor, where we used indoor plants that are suitable for the bathrooms. And here is the master bedroom, where we also placed botanical elements for that relaxing vibe, as well as indoor plants that are good for the bedroom. This is the teenage son who loves to play softball. You'll see we put elements that are close to the teenage son's hobby. And then here is the dreamy bedroom of the little girl. You'll see that even with a small space, we're able to create this princess type of bed, a dresser, and even a space for a reading nook. And you'll see we put some wall shelves with the books, a nice lovely mural that says, "You can find magic wherever you look. Sit down, relax, all you need is a book." So looking back at the space of the ashram model unit, you'll see that it has a traditional modern Filipino feel to it, with a balance of natural wood, comfortable upholstered pieces, and we've used natural woven materials, hints of blues and yellows, colors drawn from nature, and of course indoor plants. These set the tone to this lovely home, an oasis you want to come home to Amoa.
Thank you, Melissa, for that presentation. And now it is time that we get questions from our viewers. So, Melissa, the first question is, how do you start styling a space? I mean, where do we even start?
In first styling a space, you have to feel the actual space, the light source, the orientation of the room, because it adds, you should get the right atmosphere that you want. And then you need to decide what is the feel that you want for the room. And also, more importantly, the function, the activity that you want to happen in the space that you're styling. So you're able to cater all of that. And then from there, you decide the things that you want to put in, and the accessories that you need for styling to get that overall look. So from there,
So
yeah.
it's really more about the feel, the purpose and the functionality of the
You're
space.
right. Yes, that's how it is.
And you know what? It's always a challenge to decorate or style a small space. So, what are your tips for our viewers who have small spaces but want to give it a makeover?
Actually, Leah, designing small spaces is very challenging. Just like how I mentioned in our designing Asha unit in Amoa. The 82 square meter 4 bedroom house was actually very challenging to do. But as you can see, it didn't look like a cramped house. It looked like a very welcoming oasis to come home to. So I think having small spaces is just like a smaller canvas that you can actually do. And then with small spaces, you just have to um, plan the function that you want to do in that space, because it's very important that you style it properly so you save a lot of space. Use the right size of furniture, the colors and the textures, and the the treatments that you can put in your space to make it look big, like mirrors and other elements that would make it more interesting. And we also do a lot of layering, because when you put layers in a space, it creates more depth. More depth, more interest. That would mean the space would look bigger and more interesting. So that's how you make small spaces big and useful. That's very important.
There you go. So, small spaces don't have to hinder us from our
Mm,
design ideas.
yeah, definitely.
Now, are there certain plants for different house styles? We have a viewer who's asking what are the best plants, for instance, if they have a tropical home or if there's a Zen or contemporary themed house.
Yes, actually, for example, for the Zen house, it's usually the Asian look. So you go for the palms, the
Mhm.
bamboos, and then when you go for the tropical, you have more variety to choose from. There's a lot now, especially now during the pandemic. There's a lot of plants coming in, like the bromeliads, the even the bajang would look very nice for a tropical setting. Yeah, the philodendrons. There's so many plants to choose from, and it's actually about knowing which plants to put in a certain place so that they would also thrive and be healthy in that place, so that your landscaping and your indoor garden would look. Yeah, so that's it.
So there are specific plants.
Yes,
There,
there
are-
are.
yeah,
Mhm.
there are specific plants to specific themes as well.
Yes, yes, there are.
Very interesting. Now, let's take it to the outdoors. How do you use plants to style outdoor areas of the house?
Um, for outdoor areas of the house, you have a broader choice and a wider range of styling because it's outdoors. So that means there's a lot of choices that you can do with plants because it's outdoors. So it's still about layering. It's actually about layering, putting them together to make them look good so that one plant won't outshine the other. It's about the proper styling and positioning. Just like indoors, you can also do the same. It's the same principle, actually.
I like that layering. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. So it doesn't look just, one space or one level of depth.
Mhm.
So nice idea.
Just like
Okay.
when posing in a family picture or whatever, you have to like group together to look nice. It's just
Yeah,
like that.
very interesting. Now, okay, we have another question from a plantita this time. What are the
Mhm.
best indoor plants under 1,000 pesos?
Under 1,000 pesos, there's a lot actually. If you've seen the
Really?
kit, yeah, mas mura siguro dito sa Cebu. There's a lot of philodendrons and the pothos plants, the aloe veras. I think most of the plants that we placed in the unit in Asha is less than 1,000, except of course the big plants, the palms
Mm-hmm.
and the plants. Yes, but there's a lot that you can find under 1,000. And it's a good thing when you buy plants. It's actually like an investment because, for example, like there are plants that are very easy to propagate. Just do cuttings, and then they will become. there'll be a lot of mini baby plants that will become mother plants later on. So yeah, happy plant shopping.
Yes, I'm sure a lot of our viewers will be having a lot of fun doing their plant shopping. And I like how you put it. It actually is an investment because, there's so many benefits to having plants at home, not just aesthetically, but, it makes you feel good as well when you see it, when you breathe it as well, right, Melissa?
Yes, right on. Yes.
Okay, now for those who are especially starting with the idea of becoming a plantito or a plantita, how do we manage the daily upkeep of plants?
Well, first of all, well, after they have listened to the short clips that I did, um, they have to know which plants that they're going to put in a certain space, okay, so that it fits there, so that again, so that they won't end up to be plant serial killers, okay. So knowing which plants, yes, knowing which plants to put in the right place, how to take care of them, because there are also plants that don't need a lot of watering.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have to know which plants to put. And then it depends. Again, I mentioned earlier, it depends on the time that you're willing to commit. So if you're like a forgetful plantita, so please don't buy those expensive plants that need a lot of care, because they'll just eventually die out on you. So choose the plants that are that have low maintenance, needs low light, and then just misting for every few days, and then it will thrive on its own, and it will still have those air purifying qualities that are best for your homes. So I think that's the best way to go, and sustainable way to go. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So choose a plant that also goes with your lifestyle and your personality.
exactly.
Well, daghang salamat, Melissa, sa imong panahon naghihatag sa amo and for sharing so graciously those practical tips. I've learned so much from you and I'm sure our audience did too.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you, Melissa. Afternoon, I hope you learned something new today. And should you wish to learn more about AMOA, or if you are ready to reserve a unit or book for a site visit, please contact our sellers or send us a message right here on Facebook at AMOA Official and at AboitizLand.inc. We hope to see you in AMOA soon. Thank you all for being such a lovely audience and for having me. I shall see you again on the next AboitizLand show. Again, I am Leah. Maayong hapon.
At last, a place where home means more than just a roof over your head. Where a tweet means more than letters on the screen. Where a tag means more than just names on a picture. And a share means more because it's done face to face. At last, a place where there is truly more. Just an hour away from Cebu's Central Business District, AMOA is a 60-hectare residential community. Cradled in the beautiful hills and vistas of Tamiao, Compostela. With a collection of villages forming smaller neighborhoods with unbounded spaces. Where your children can grow up free to run around. Explore nature, make friends, and appreciate a life lived in harmony with the places and people around them. At AMOA, there is more to enjoy. With master-planned and life-scale amenities, 3 swimming pools, a clubhouse, basketball court, grand lawn, play area, and many pocket parks. Living areas that foster a strong sense of community. Where your children can experience childhood as it should be, full of friendships and interactions. beyond small spaces and virtual screens. At Amoa, there is more to love. Choose from one-story houses that's perfect for your family, like Aruna and Ananda. For more space, go for our two-story houses, such as Asta, Asha, and Amita. Come home to Amoa, where life means more.
Success. Everyone dreams of it. Everyone strives for it. But not everyone achieves it. Success can mean different things to different people. As we pause to celebrate 25 years of AboitizLand, we ask ourselves, how do we measure success? AboitizLand was founded in 1994, with humble beginnings in a small office and a vision of creating quality, innovative properties for the Cebu market. And our very first residential development, Northtown Homes, a master-planned community now touted as Cebu's most prestigious address. Our very first industrial development, West Cebu Industrial Park in Balamban, a sprawling 268-hectare industrial estate ideal for medium to heavy industries such as shipbuilding and allied activities that helped create thousands of jobs for the residents of Balamban and transformed it from a fourth-class to a first-class municipality. Our first commercial development, the outlets at Pueblo Verde, the first outdoor outlet mall in Cebu, offering exciting new shopping and dining experiences. Emboldened by the success of these pioneering developments, AboitizLand ventured forth into bigger and more ambitious projects, spreading its footprint in Cebu and beyond. AboitizLand in 2019 has grown by leaps and bounds since our first inception. Our workforce has grown exponentially, and so has our business. Thousands of hectares of land have been transformed into innovative, deliberately planned, and purposely designed residential, commercial, and industrial communities that elevate the living experience. And with our growth come the rewards, not only in revenue, but also in things far more valuable, like the number of people whose lives we have touched and changed for the better, our vecinos. AboitizLand takes this further with various programs designed to give Filipinos a chance to create better ways to live for themselves, ensuring that our developments positively impact our neighbors and our surrounding ecosystem, advancing the communities that host us as we advance our business. No matter how we quantify 25 years of achievements, it is what we have yet to do that holds the most promise for AboitizLand. More strategic partnerships to be forged, more fully integrated townships to be built, more industrial parks that fortify businesses and create opportunities, more commercial centers that elevate lifestyles, and more residential communities where individuals and families will live, love, and grow. AboitizLand. After 25 years, one thing is clear. We've only just begun. As we cherish our glorious past and celebrate today's victories, we forge ahead into an exciting future.